How? How? How?
I don't know.
My job was to introduce Petty Jeff to you today, but this video you just watched was posted on December 7th, 2021, and when I saw it on my side of TikTok, I left a comment saying, ain't no way she's having this conversation with actual human people who are alive and awake in America. Now, with reasoning like hers, the people were poking holes in her logic using stitches and duets, plus roasting her in her own comment section, which led to her saying, many of you have pointed out real issues in parts of the system, not the system overall. And I forgot that I responded and said, this is an intentional, fundamental misinterpretation of what system we're referring to. And she replied to me like 6 weeks later. None of this is news. But it occurs to me that you can't reason someone out of something that they weren't reasoning to in the first place. She's under the impression that, for example, the Declaration of Independence, which refers to the natives as savages, and the Constitution, along with its amendments featuring the 13th, is fair and equal. It's the people, according to her, who are racist. But clearly racist people make clearly racist systems to benefit themselves and exclude others. As a content creator, I'm used to people saying nonsense about how systemic racism was over after the Civil Rights Act, for instance.
I have spent 30 years of my life as a civil rights attorney. There is no systemic discrimination. There is no institutionalized racism in America. Jim Crow ended with the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Civil Rights Act of 1965.
As if racist white people were suddenly going to stop exercising their ill-gotten superiority because of legislation. I mean, that's not what happened when the Dred Scott decision, the 3/5 compromise, or separate but equal doctrine were overturned either, or when slavery was abolished. Speaking of, as I alluded to earlier, she would have to be avoiding the big, gaping loophole saying neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime, which led to the black code that came about during and after Reconstruction, where a black person could go to jail for merely not having a job in order to keep black people enslaved for free labor. Same could be said for the war on drugs and the crime bill disproportionately locking a lot of black men out of benefits, employment, education, and the right to vote in some cases. And that's just the prison and criminal justice systems. Anyway, she said slavery wasn't normative. It is, by definition. Look up an act concerning servants and slaves, Partis Sequitur Ventrum, and the Fugitive Slave Act. She asked me to define systemic. I did. I should have left her with the definition of cognitive dissonance, the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change. But that and this video are as petty as Jeffy is going to get this time. Not that I've become a better person in the time it took me to edit this video, but she deleted her account before I could tell y'all to pile on. I learned that I save it for institutions, not individuals. For Rebel HQ, I'm Jeff Wiggins. My architect knows Japanese. For more from the Young Turks, stay right here. If you want to see content from yours truly, click on the hashtag below. I can also be found on all socials at He Gon' Be Alright. Thanks for watching.